one away.
Bids and infrastructure meeting, January 19th, 2023.
Go for it, Tom.
Go for it, Dominic.
Okay, it is real. Could I take David as absent?
I don't see him here.
No.
Here.
Dave, you
at this
here?
point.
Oh,
No, he's not, no one is.
Everett Grossman, not
he's
here.
absent.
Stuart Richland, absent. Patricia Caputo, absent.
Absent.
And Bob Rivera is here. Joanne is here. So we have 1, 2, 3. 2, 5 of us. 2, 4, 4.
3 committee members
Yeah.
and 3 officers, 4 officers.
4 officers.
Three committee members out of how many on the committee?
Committee on the
6.
committee, 6.
You have a quorum.
Okay,
And old business update on current projects. Just very quickly, guys. Looks like finally the curb project and the sidewalk project are ready for to be put on the construction schedule. I don't have a date yet, but we should have one within a week. I hope to have that by the next week's officers meeting. I'm glad to see that. We're going into new business. I just have 2 fairly simple jobs. First is paving repairs, Atlantic Southern. I left out the pictures of the potholes. You guys looked at enough pictures of potholes. I'll dispense with that from now on. 4,000 square feet, 20 areas of repair. Total price $24,500. That worked out to 6.125 per square feet dollars. That's about $1 and change jump from the last batch, which I would attribute to material costs. So we'll need to keep an eye on that.
We only have 1 bid on this.
Yeah, this is, we don't bid, yeah, I got it.
You're also into a new year, so you're expecting pay raises
Of course,
as well.
right.
It's starting at the year, so you know, I'm not saying, not some of it's material cost, but I'm gonna say the bigger part of it's insurance for the employees and also.
No different than what we're seeing here. So it was nothing that made me say, hey, listen, we'll keep an eye on it.
You want me to make a motion?
Yeah, please.
I'll make a motion that we accept the proposal from Atlantic Southern for $24,500 for 20 areas of repair.
I second.
Okay, there you go. Now we can have a discussion.
All right, just take a quick look at the map. You'll notice that I concentrated mostly on the southern side of the property. This is from back in November. There'll be a couple of other spots that I'll need him to take care of when they come. So it'll be a slight change order. The next batch of repairs I want to bring you is strictly for the walkways. We've been making repairs on the walkways here and there, but I'm going to concentrate on that. We had a couple of trips and falls, and the tree groups keep growing. So a couple times a year, we need to take a look at that. That's kind of all I have, unless you guys have questions for me.
19, is that by the end of Kent Street where we fixed it once before and it's sinking again?
19. Yes. That's the spot.
Okay,
No, I'm sorry, Best. Yes, that's the spot. That's the one that they dug up and it's got a little bit of,
yeah, it's sinking again.
yeah.
So are they gonna do something different?
I don't know, Festo. They dug it up. They didn't find any reason for the subsidence the last
Okay.
time.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I mean, my worry is that it's close to the canal.
It is, it's right by the drain, it's right next to the drain.
And we had that drain checked and it was
No leaks.
no leaks. No,
Okay, all right.
it's not that.
Okay,
So just gonna have to look at it again. That's it. Any other questions, guys? Want to call it Dom?
what do we?
Okay, roll call. Costa Fabro,
Yes,
Bob Rivera,
yeah,
Joanne Robinson,
Yes.
Dennis Burrow.
Yes.
Jerry Satowski.
Yes.
David Boaz.
Yes.
And Donna Foster, so we
Man, I
have
don't know.
It's.
7 3s. And no. Seven yeas.
Okay, moving on to the next job. There's a section of chain link fence that needs attention. This is along the south side of Century Boulevard, behind the hibiscus hedge. And it's 155 running feet. Basically, we've made some repairs there and some replacements recently, but it's pretty messed up. It's been crashed into by cars. You see some of the pictures. If you look at this map between the two black marks, that's where the 155 feet is, more or less. We got to the point where you really can't do much with these posts. They're rotted at the bottom and smacked into by cars. And you can see where, on the last page, that's the new, on the left is the new fence that we put in, and the old fence is to the right. I specified green vinyl covered for this part because we already have that there, and it'll look a little nicer.
Yeah,
It's not back of anything. Again, I didn't bid this out to another fence company. There seems to be no point. Budget just consistently comes in as a lower bid. And this isn't a big job. Total is $5,115. Just one point, you'll notice I didn't specify the 5 foot on center. I forgot. That may result in a slightly higher price in actuality. It'll be a change order. I'm thinking 10 more posts. My guess is that he spec'd this out on 6 foot on center. And we've had some good results with 5 on center. I think we're gonna make that our standard. So that's what I got.
that was an accident.
It was a fortuitous accident. I think it looks,
It's a stronger defense.
Yep.
Question,
yeah,
does the person who had the accident there, does their insurance cover any of it?
there was a accident there that was repaired and that was submitted to insurance. I don't know whether there was actually money gotten back. But what I'm working on here now is just rotted out damaged fence from years ago.
Donald, I have a question.
Yeah,
This is 2 months old,
I've confirmed them. They're
so the price is not going to change.
same.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept budget fence proposal for $5,115 for repair on Century Boulevard.
Second,
And we can discuss it. That's,
I don't know where the trash and the recycling area is. I don't know if they're close. But Salisbury or East Hampton, I don't know.
It's East Hampton, A, Salisbury, yeah.
Is it possible that we could make that area bigger? And actually go a little bit closer to the road? And then a angle back to the fence again? Because I believe a lot of the damage there is caused by the containers being set down and pushed in. So we could somehow configure that to make it a little bit wider before it hits the fence by going closer to the road. I think that'll make it, in my opinion, that'll make it a little bit better over there.
Yeah, Dave and I discussed this before the meeting. I think it's possible. I gotta go out and take a look, but basically what Dave is, you guys look at the thing at the line, there's basically a cutout box along the fence to have a place to put the dumpsters. There's not a lot of space there to put dumpsters. What Dave's suggesting is that we simply deepen the box a little bit and set the dumpsters closer to the road. I think that this is possible. And if it is, sure, we can do that. I can't imagine 5 feet would make that much of a difference, but I think it would help with the truck making that 3-point turn.
I think the truck is a real problem over there.
I mean, the last time they wrecked out that fence, we originally thought it was the garbage truck, but then when we checked the video, our video and the garbage company's video, it wasn't. It was just some truck a car that we weren't able to locate.
Yeah.
Just a
Silver car first.
silver car.
Silver car, remember that?
It's a tough spot. So, and yeah, well, I don't see any reason why not. Can't think of anything on the other side that would stop it.
I don't know, but I just think it's something we should.
And if it's the hedge?
Look at and see if it can be done,
If it can, it will.
because sometimes the truck, actually even in their haste to get done or whatever, part of that dumpster is sticking out on the roadway.
Yeah, they drop it.
They drop it and, you know, if you have it set back where they can drive it.
Time to time, I have to get out of the car and like Hercules back into its spot. Yeah, it happens.
Thank you.
Anyways, that's all I got. Oh, the box Dave's talking about is on the last page. I really don't see any reason why it can't be just made, this section on the left could be made a little longer. Much as we can.
So we have two different heights. It says,
No, 6'6". That's an optical illusion.
Okay.
Right, then we'll call it done.
sure. Later.
I made that, if you wanna write it down, I made the motion to accept and Bob seconded. Up to you,
Okay.
so we don't forget.
Two, three, four. We got 4 enemy officers.
Okay, so here we go. It's a roll call. What is it? Okay,
He was telling me I want a TV.
Fausto,
He wanted to. Yeah. I got one better than that.
Barbara Vera,
Yeah,
Joanne.
Yes.
Of course. Dennis Burrows.
Yes.
Which is Jerry Satowski. David Boaz.
Yes.
So all who were present. Voted in favor.
Thank you, everyone.
I won the clearinghouse sweepstakes, $5,000 a week. All they want is $500 check from me.
We had a legitimate winner recently in the Century Village. I don't know if you guys, it was during COVID, so nobody was around. but-
Publishers Clearinghouse. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
He won $10,000.
$5,000. I didn't give them $500.
No, he didn't want any money. The TV station came and we had to escort them in. You know, it was a big surprise. All right, there was something else I had to tell you guys about. Oh, electric cars. I just heard from Kytel, he's signed leases on 2 electric vehicles from Enterprise. They're going to be Nissan Leafs. Which, you know, they look like VW Bugs kind of, right? Anyway, that's what they're gonna be driving. So now we're under the gun to get these chargers in. I just sent an email out to the fellow that came in and presented to us. His name is Brian Duran. He'll be our first bid. And as soon as I get those specs from him, that'll give me something to give to somebody else. We'll get it done as quick. as
I think
possible.
he sent us all that information.
I think he didn't give us a number.
He did.
He did?
Yeah, he actually did it. The first time was just to get to know. The second time he brought the electrician in and we actually had a hard number.
All
And
right,
it should be in Z Drive.
he'll send it again and once I get that in hand, I'll push another proposal. We'll go from there. Get these things up as quick as possible.
So will the charging stations be out here?
Would be out here, yeah.
I think you wanna put them right where I park my car.
Mhm.
That would be, and the plan is that the 2 electric cars will be charging on the overnight shift. And the overnight rover will be using the RAV. So. We should see a savings of gasoline, I'd say. That's it, guys, that's all I got. You guys got anything for me?
Yeah, I did.
Good point, I'm glad you brought it up. I expected them to be here today. Two fellas.
They were gonna be here, but you know.
I don't remember one fellow's name, he's the same guy that had the problem with the otters. Anyway. What they asked for, what they proposed yesterday was. If you remember, we did the temporary opening on the south side of Century Boulevard during the sidewalk project. To let people out, it's basically where the wrought iron fence is, just an L shape. They're asking that this be restored and be made permanent. I told them the first stop is this committee. I think it's not as easy as they think it is, all right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Security.
What was that again?
Remember during the sidewalk project, we made a temporary opening on the other side of Century Boulevard,
Mhm.
The north side.
the north side, I said south side. They want that to be restored and be made permanent. They also said that they'd be okay if that gate would be left locked except for only opened and manned on Sabbath and holidays. So I basically said it, you gotta bring it here. This is the first stop. So if they're not here, you guys might want to discuss how you want to move forward with that. And I'm sure they'll be back.
Well, how can you discuss anything unless they bring in some type of a plan or something
Right.
like that? So everything we would talk about now is just.
I also suggested that. I said a written proposal would be helpful. Something, otherwise we'll just talk. Bob didn't know what we were talking about. We'd be doing that times 7, so. If you have something to be put on the agenda, bring it, and we'll put it on a future agenda.
I got something. What is the possibility of putting in a sidewalk? Let me see, what road would that be? I guess it'd be South Road,
South Drive,
South Drive,
okay?
alright. Right near Bedford, okay, you got that
Alright.
one cross that goes after that little bridge.
Huh?
Alright. You got people that go to the bus stop and then they walk out in the middle of the street. For the next block and a half, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Can we get a sidewalk put in on that side? So that there's some kind of walkway and get these people off the road.
Can it be
I
done?
almost hit one the other day.
Okay, when you say one, you mean a person?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did not see the person until I was on top
Can
of
a
it.
sidewalk be put, I know the street you're talking about, possibly. That would be an engineer's call. The first step, like anything, would be to hire an engineer.
Okay, then,
But wouldn't that affect the weir? We would have to put some kind of drainage on.
No, that's not what I think he's talking about. I think.
no,
he's
you're talking between
South
Bedford
Drive.
and what's and.
And Andover, right,
yeah, and also on the other side of it also,
yeah. I
there's,
mean, this
No side-
has come up before. Why
There's no
why there's only
sidewalk
one
there.
sidewalk on one side of the street? The answer, of course, is money.
yeah.
But there's also other
But it's
considerations.
getting dangerous because these people are, and I'm not saying anybody specifically, I'm just saying people are walking across the street. Or there's one little area where they can get into the sidewalk, but there's no.
Right.
You know.
I mean, money is one consideration. I know drainage is another. That grass that you're describing is swale area.
Swale,
That's
yeah.
supposed to, you just went to the meeting with Horton, where we talked about impermeable versus pervious surface, right?
Mhm.
That grass is supposed to be there. It's supposed, that's what drains off the road. Can you remove some of that and change it into sidewalk? That's an engineer's job.
Well, I mean.
You guys have to decide whether you wanna move forward.
Well, you could definitely do it, but you would have to put a culvert underneath with a drain to move the water away from the road.
Exactly what we did with the sidewalk.
Yeah.
We widened the sidewalk.
I mean, what's the possibility of laying down bricks
Zero.
that they can?
No, we're not doing that. It's either a sidewalk or not.
Or some kind of drainage underneath the
Sure,
the tarmac or
it's an
whatever.
engineering problem. So,
Yeah, because,
So that'd require a French drain.
I mean, somebody's gonna get killed eventually. And I don't wanna see that happen.
listen, I go to a lot of these meetings over the last 9 years, and I hear a lot of, we should do such and such, or not do such and such, because something's gonna happen, somebody's gonna get killed, somebody gets hit, and it doesn't happen.
It only
So,
makes,
so you gotta ask.
But they're lucky.
it only makes sense.
take one.
Lucky or, well, we're lucky, or is the problem not really a problem?
There is a
for
problem.
you guys to decide, not me.
There is a problem right now that is, it's gonna multiply very rapidly.
Okay.
You have the people that are going around the bus stops. I've seen this on South Drive. The bus stops and somebody decides they're not gonna wait for the bus. They come out onto ongoing traffic. And then you have the guy with the silver scooter who's all over the road.
Yeah.
Cutting people off, cutting the bus off, cutting in front of people.
One of
Somebody's
the
gonna nail him.
areas that I'm paying attention to right this minute is the pedestrian entrance on the south side of Century Boulevard. You'll notice as you go out, you'll see tape.
Yeah,
Right,
Daniel put that up.
right,
That was a test to see how far we need to go out to discourage people
from walking in
from
the street.
walking in the traffic lane rather than wait out their turn to go through the pedestrian entrance. And it looks like we got it about right. Next month, you're gonna see a proposal to just put a railing. The pipe railing you see on other spots along that
Right.
way.
Mhm.
We'll
would
make
make
that
sense.
permanent,
Mhm.
and hopefully that'll help. So, anyway, that's all I got.
Any word on I'm sorry,
Okay.
Okay, well,
any word on the speed humps?
I have not reached out to any engineers yet.
When will that take place? 'Cause,
But right
it's
now,
already been-
right now, I kind of got my hands full. I also want to have a conversation with the president before I move forward.
It's already been through the committee, so.
Yeah,
Yes,
Donald, is our next, big fencing project to take place at Windsor?
Well-
Windsor area?
well, this is a good topic for discussion. You know, I held off on.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, yesterday I had to do a site inspection for the lawyers because of a court case. And the reason I never pushed it is because I keep hearing that there's going to be development there. And I hate to spend the money and when maybe someone else will do it for us. If you guys, I mean, the budget, it's in the budget. We have the money there. It's $100,000 a year. If you guys want me to move forward for that, I mean, he's coming anyway. I can get it. Decide.
You're a better judge of where the fence is needed than what I am and what most other people are in this room. And I'm not saying that, I know there's parts over there that should be replaced. But my thinking is, if we're going to do something like that, a major project, we should make it similar to the rest of them, all 5 foot on centers,
Oh, yeah.
make.
That's the new standard.
Make everything the same.
But the question is,
But if you.
It's a wrecked out piece of fence.
Then I understand that.
I mean, the only people that go near it are the Arab guys. We put it off. If you guys want to move forward with this, decide, and I'll move forward with it. I don't see it as a security problem.
And maybe we should just wait longer on it.
You can't see it from inside the village. There's a
No.
jungle. There's a moat in front of that. Have we had people come in that way? Yes, and we have in the past. In the summertime, when the water goes down, you can walk through it. I can actually see where they threw rocks in to make stepping stones to get across. I'm not gonna tell you it's never, because I could show you spots that human hands have never touched the fence. but that's not one of them. You know, we've had homeless encampments there and whatnot,
Okay.
but we're in the new budget year. If this is if you want to get that section done, let's all decide. I'll move forward with it.
Since the man's gonna be here, why don't you get us a number? And then we can always, we don't always have to do it, we just,
No vote needed. You want it, you want me to just get proposals?
yeah.
Done. I'll have it for next month.
I think anybody who's driven past the new fence was put up on Haverhill there. There's just no comparison about how secure that looks and how nice it looks as well.
All right, something else now that you got me thinking about it is we did discuss at some point redoing the palms along that section. I mean, they're on their way out. Let's say they have a few years left. You want to put Clusia. Get rid of those arenas and plant Clusia straight down the line.
Good, I'm a sea grape fan myself more than Clusia.
All right, well, I'm a Clusia fan. In 3 years, you won't be able to see the fence, but
You won't be able to see it with sea grapes either.
either way, they'll have to be irrigated. There is irrigation there. I traced it back. There's a branch line that goes to the very middle of the stretch of fence, and it's active. If you turn it on, water comes out. We would have to install irrigation along that whole length. That'll be more expensive than the fence, I think. So,
Well, that's why I want.
something to think about.
Sea grape better, because they don't take as much water.
My thought is, since the county paid for those originally.
Yeah.
How about reaching out to Weiss and asking him if there are no plans to widen the road immediately? That maybe they could supply us the plants, whatever we want. And we would install them, or they could pay for the whole thing. It doesn't,
I mean, I'll certainly ask.
I mean, you know, since they were generous enough to donate them and we're a large voting community. Why not ask for something?
Could ask. Won't hurt.
Everybody agree with me? I mean, if they were to supply us the plants and we install them, that would,
Because you can see bits and pieces of the arenas are, you know, they're gonna be dead in a year.
Yeah, it's Ganoderma.
Yeah,
So
now can we replant something in there if we take those bad plants out?
depends what you want to plant.
Well, that's why my concern.
It could be a problem. That's. Love to bring in a botanist. All right, guys, got anything else?
Yeah, I'm just curious why you were ready to go ahead with something over here, but you're not ready to go ahead with getting an engineer for the road for the homes.
Well, the one thing,
Yeah.
Bob, I've had my hands full the last 2 months.
Okay, I
So my
understand that,
workload
but you
is
keep
paramount.
saying, you keep pushing it off, saying that you need to talk to the president about it, but it's already gone through the committee.
Huh?
It's already been through all the detail, everything.
And my direct
The
report,
officers.
and my direct report is the president of UCO. And when the time is appropriate, I'll have that conversation with him.
It's been putting up, you've been putting it off and putting it off. I'm just,
So not putting it off, Bob, but I do have a workload and it is prioritized. All right? Believe me, it hasn't been forgotten.
okay, so
All right.
I guess we'll see this again sometime in the next 2 years.
Okay.
I guess something is gonna be down the road, I hope. This Christmas, we had no lights. We drove by, every place else had lights.
Hmm.
It doesn't cost that much to put lights up or put drop lights underneath our, uplights underneath our palms.
I don't know, the last time it was an expense that we had,
Yeah,
the last time was.
I'm not
pretty
going
bad.
near those palms, but what I have
Yeah.
arranged for is Glow will help us put up some,
Yeah, uplights, you know,
some lights on the guardhouses.
Yeah,
So,
the last,
Well, I mean-
the last time, I forgot what the number was close to $7,000. The lights kept blowing out, they blew out the.
oh, I wasn't
circuits.
thinking of wrapping, I'm just talking
Well,
about
I'm
lights.
just saying,
Yeah,
but I know that we discussed about putting lights back up on the guardhouses.
Yeah.
I know
yeah, and I
that,
don't want to spend a ton of money on it, but
I don't want you to spend a ton of money. I just-
I think we could do the 2 guardhouses next year. White light to be done with it.
Do we have any other business that we need to discuss? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion made by David Boaz,
Second.
seconded by Bob Rivera. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Luann.